Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're starting out today. I got all the feeding done and we just finished up blowing straw here. We did down in the big barn, and then I also came up here to the first barn where these new calves are at, and we're blowing straw in here, but I let them out. That way they didn't have to breathe in all that dust and everything while that was going on. So I'm gonna get them run back in there. They're kind of making their way back right now, but we'll let them go back in there and then get everything put away here, and we're gonna try to go set up the cattle corral. Come on, back inside. Some fresh bedding down. They ought to be happy now. Right, it's Tuesday morning and we just got done feeding. Yesterday we got that corral set up. Didn't take us very long. We just set it up real quick, so I'll show you that at some point. We got to get some more medicine in before we're going to work those cows. So we got that, and then we brought the chopper down and put it in the shop and got it opened up. So I'll show you that today whenever I get back. We got to pull all the knives out of that chopper, and then we're going to put new corn knives in. So got to get that done here. Right now I've got a load of plastic taken back here to throw away, and just trying to clean up a little bit, and I got to grab a bale of hay to put in the first barn, and then I got to grab 2 bales of hay to take down over the hills. So we're going to go ahead and do that while we got a little bit of time here this morning. We got to go put some mineral out in the pastures, so I'll have to run back to the farm and get that. And just trying to catch up on some stuff. Got nothing too major going on. All right, we got a couple bales here. I'm gonna take this one down and put it in the front of the barn, and then this one I'm just gonna set off to the side. We're gonna wait another couple days before we put this one in. All right, we got our bales put in. I got this one sitting here that I'll have to have some help to get it back here in the back, because I gotta get around the corner or either move this wagon out of the way and come in here. Either way, they're about empty, but they got enough that they can work on for a little bit. But they're all looking pretty good. They ate their silage, and it's not too bad in these barns. It's gonna be pretty hot today, but here in the shade, it's not too bad, especially if we get a little bit of a breeze going. So, okay, it's later on this evening, and I don't really know what I've done all day. I guess I've put out mineral and took the truck out to get a new bumper put on it. And we've been working on this chopper a little bit, moving some equipment around. So we're starting to put the new knives in here so I can show you the new ones compared to the old ones. All right, so here's the old one here on the left, and then the new one here on the right. So this is, our old one was a grass knife, and you can see the way that the end is. It's just kind of standard. And then you come over here to this corn knife, and you've got a really a slim edge, and you know, it's really sharp, which these need to be sharpened a little bit. So they've got plenty of wear life left in them, because you can come all the way back to here before they're actually worn out. So they're still good if we wanted to use them again. But as you can see, there's the new wear strip there, and these ought to work pretty good at chopping up those corn leaves and everything. So getting started putting them in here. I've actually got 2 rows on the other side, so I've got 8 done on the other side, and then we're gonna finish this out, and we'll have another 8 on this side for tonight. And then Dad acted like he might do a few. It's just very tedious because I have to go through every one of them and adjust it to the shear bar. So right there, you can see we've got our gap. So I've just been using a little bit of a feeler gauge there, just getting it close. And then this is the shear bar here, so this is what it actually cuts against. It brings the material down and cuts it right against here. So this will actually become flush, or come right up here next to the blade whenever we adjust it with the hydraulic or the electric motors from the cab. It'll adjust and come back to where it needs to be at. So the shear bar's got a little bit of wear on it, but it's okay. So everything else seems to be okay in here. We're just not even doing new bolts yet because this cutter head is actually only 1 year old, so we haven't ran a whole lot through it because we put this in new whenever we bought this 7780. So bolts are still good. Probably would not use them again if we change the knives again, but for now we're just going to use these again. So it shouldn't take too long now that I've kind of got the hang of it. It was just really hard trying to figure it out for the first time getting started, but it's not too bad now. All right, it's Wednesday. Got the feeding done this morning, and we lost a cow in a pond last night, so I had to get that out of there. Not exactly sure why, but found her there yesterday. So anyways, we just got done putting the hay mowers away up here at a barn up the road from the farm, so we stuck that in there, and I was chucking the corn while we were here. So I grabbed a couple of ears out of this cornfield up here. We were where we put these in, the hay mowers in the barn, and it's looking pretty good. It's almost ready to dent. The kernels are getting kind of hard actually, and it's progressing pretty good. It's a 117-day corn, so pretty long season, but it was a good match to put up here on this farm because it's a pretty tough farm. Although it is fairly level, it is some pretty tough soil. So after this was planted, it was actually planted a little bit wet, and then it got dry and stuff didn't come up the greatest. After it came up, you know, it stayed dry and there were some deficiencies out in the field. So we came up here and spread some fertilizer on there to fix that, and it did fix it. It really brought it back and greened it up and everything. So it was pretty inconsistent out through the field, so you know, there's no telling where I got this from. But I calculated out the yield, and it was somewhere between 170 and 190. So that's fair for this field and the way that everything went this spring with it. Would I like to see better than that? Yes, but you never know. Once we get out here in the field, that may have just been a bad spot or a you know, a medium spot there that I picked from. But it's nice to see we got some pretty good corn out here, so everything's looking pretty decent. We got fields that look better than this and fields that look worse than this, so I can't complain about this one here. All right, we are going to put the chopper back together here, so I'm getting ready to swing this thing back in here. And we are going to put the bolts in. I just got to get it to line up here. I may have to pick it up a little bit, but it's good and hot outside. Bo and Oakley are enjoying the fan here. So I'm gonna get this pushed in here and get the bolts in. We got all the knives on, everything's set. We pulled the shear bar back to pretty close to where it needs to be at, and so we're just gonna go ahead and put it all back together and then sharpen these knives and even all off. We'll run a sharpening cycle, and that'll even off anything that's a little bit off, because there's going to be variability between all of these. And then we'll pull the shear bar back, and then it'll be all set to go. All right, it's Friday, and we just got a head hooked up to the chopper. So I'm getting turned around here, and we're going to take it back to the farm. We just had it in the barn here down the road. So we got the knives sharpened and evened up, and then set the shear bar, so this thing's all good to go. I ran it, so we're just going to run the head and make sure everything's good there, and then we'll be off to it. Dad got the silo ready, So it's ready to go. We've just got it. We're gonna fill the little one first. So it's the white one right there. We're gonna fill it first, so it's ready to go. But I doubt that we're gonna get to doing much today, but we will at least try to get a test load ran. Okay, it's Saturday and we are in the field. We're going. I just got everything kind of dialed in here, so I hadn't filming it yet, but everything's kind of getting going now. They're getting the silo going, everything. I think Trevor's coming there behind me. Yeah, you can see him coming up there. So we're just right across the spring there from the farm. So I got the inrows off this little 6-acre field here, and we're just starting on going back and forth. So everything's going smoothly so far. We'll just keep it going that way. Well, other than one thing, I'll show you in a second. Alright, we're going here. As you can see over there, that wagon is sitting because it has a flat tire, so that was our problem so far, which is pretty minor considering everything that's moving right now. So, kind of unfortunate that it's the big wagon though, because that one's nice. But anyways, this corn is doing really good. I had this variety last year, or this hybrid 6241 Bex, and it got really tall. Had it out front of the farm, and I really liked it because we chopped a little bit of it, and so I planted it again here to chop. And I like how it fills in the rows. It's very leafy, and you know, where it's dry, everything's kind of drying up right now, but down here in these bottom areas, everything's looking pretty good. It's good and green. Silage is looking really nice, so working out pretty good. Oh, a ditch. All right, well, I just got word that something on the silo broke, so we're done for today. But we got everything going. Chopper's going. You know, we had trouble with that one wagon that I know of, and so it's pretty successful. I don't know exactly what's wrong with the silo, but anyways, so we're gonna take this on up to the barn and just hope that it's gonna rain, because today is our best chance of rain, and it looks like it's all going to go south of us, which means that our crops are going to be basically done, because there's not any other chances even close right now. So there's, you know, chances for some scattered showers tomorrow, but nothing significant. So we're going to hope that it rains here. It's dark south of us, which is where all the storms are going, it looks like. So anyways, I'm gonna get this thing shut down, fold it up, and bring it up and put it inside. We just came and got the tire off of that silage wagon. I got it, we're hauling it back, so we'll have to get this thing fixed. I guess has a pretty bad leak now. I thought it was just a slow leak, but I guess it's gotten a little bit bigger now, so we'll get this fixed and back on. Still hasn't rained yet, but anyways, we had a ring break on the silo, so we're filling that little white silo there on the left. Everyone, thank you for watching this week's video. Unfortunately, we did not get any rain, so we're going to be drying up here over the next week, but there's some chances at the end of next week, so hopefully we can get something that'll help. But it's Monday now. We're back in the chopper again. We're filling a different silo, so we'll get back to that in the next video. But leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.